Ever thought about what it's like living in Tarzana? Well, in this episode, you'll see Tarzana's key neighborhoods and gated communities, the local amenities that make it so special, and your real estate options. Plus, I am super excited to show you a hidden area that hardly anyone knows about. In fact, it's one of my favorites in the Valley. Hi, I'm Tony. If you're new here, I make videos about living in Los Angeles and the real estate here, so if you have any questions about buying or selling, feel free to get in touch anytime. With that, let's go. Let's start with a map of Tarzana so you can see the places we'll visit today. Tarzana sits in the southwestern section of the San Fernando Valley, right between Encino and Woodland Hills. It's bordered to the south by the crest of the Santa Monica Mountains and stretches north just past the 101 freeway where it meets Reseda. The 101 freeway and Ventura Boulevard both zip across the neighborhood on an east-west axis. This divides the area into what locals refer to as north of the boulevard and south of the boulevard. Today, we'll begin by visiting two neighborhoods north of the boulevard, Melody Acres and Tarzana Flats. And then we'll visit areas south of the boulevard where Tarzana moves up the slopes of the Santa Monica Mountains. There are two main roads running north-south up these slopes, Reseda Boulevard on the eastern side and Van Alden Avenue on the western side. Both terminate at some of the area's best hiking trails. More on the trails and outdoor activities in just a minute. On the Reseda Boulevard side, we'll hit a cluster of gated communities, Monte Verde Estates, Braemar Country Club Estates, Silverhawk Ridge, and Mulholland Park. And then we'll visit a secret neighborhood that 99% of people don't know about, so stay tuned. Tarzana doesn't feel like Los Angeles, and that's the point. You won't find high-rises or jam-packed sidewalks here. Instead, it's residential, green, and surprisingly peaceful. It's one of those places that quietly holds a lot of secrets and hidden gems, and by the time we're done, I think you'll understand why people who live here don't want to leave. The neighborhood's name comes from Tarzan, yes, the jungle hero, because author of the Tarzan series of 24 adventure novels, Edgar Rice Burroughs, once owned a large ranch here. Eventually, the people living around the ranch voted for the name Tarzana when the community was formed in 1927. Tarzana is a place where you can stretch out and you're not elbow to elbow with your neighbors. And if you're craving more space, indoors and out, this is a place to take seriously. When you see the mature oaks, long private drives, and the occasional horse behind a fence, it all starts to make sense. Let's start our exploration of Tarzana in the neighborhoods north of the boulevard, where the terrain is pretty flat, but that doesn't mean it's any less desirable. Here you'll find a variety of properties from mid-century single-story homes to Spanish-style two-story houses, and even a few modern builds tucked in. It's also the part of Tarzana that has the highest concentration of condo buildings. This area is ideal for buyers who want proximity to shops and restaurants. It's also the kind of place where you'll see people out walking their dogs, biking with kids, or chatting with neighbors on the front lawn. If you're looking for community without sacrificing space, this is a great spot. One of the neighborhoods north of the boulevard is unlike anything else in Los Angeles, Melody Acres. It's zoned for agricultural use, so many homes here sit on half-acre or even full-acre lots. Some houses still have barns, stables, and orchards, and yes, people even have chickens. There's a pastoral vibe here, yet you're minutes from the 101 freeway and Ventura Boulevard. Melody Acres is ideal for people who want to garden, raise animals, or just enjoy the kind of space that feels almost impossible to find in a big city. And here's the best part, it still flies under the radar. So if you want lots of space, this is a serious contender. The agricultural roots of Tarzana can still be seen as plain as day here at Teresa's Country Feed and Pet, formerly Red Barn Feed and Saddlery. Originally known as Reseda Feed, it began serving the equestrian community in the San Fernando Valley in the 1950s. In 1985, with the valley rapidly becoming more residential and less rural, they decided to expand to include a complete line of dog and cat food and supplies. I first stumbled across this place when I was searching for heavy rubber mats to put down over my wood floors in my workout room. And I found a company with the perfect mats, but they were $100 a pop and $75 per mat to ship from Canada. I Googled around and found the manufacturer's website and learned that those identical workout mats were distributed to Red Barn and sold as horse stall mats for half the price, plus no shipping since I could pick them up locally myself. Sometimes it pays to do a little Googling, even if you don't own a horse. Once we head south of Ventura Boulevard, Tarzana changes the same way the hillside communities of the Santa Monica Mountains always do. As elevation starts to rise, so do the value of the homes. This is where you'll find gated estates tucked into the hills, often behind mature hedges and long driveways. Some properties feel like private resorts with tennis courts, guest houses, and landscaping that rivals what you'll find in Beverly Hills. And it's quiet. Step into one of these yards and you'll hear birds chirping, not just traffic. You'll smell jasmine, not exhaust. It's a version of LA that a lot of people don't know about. As we move up the slopes of the Santa Monica Mountains, you reach a cluster of exclusive gated communities near 2 private golf clubs that you'll see in just a second. From smallest to largest, the gated communities are Monteverde Estates, which abuts the north end of El Caballero Country Club. It has 32 luxury residences. Braemar Country Club Estates abuts Braemar Country Club and has 29 homes that average 5,000 square feet. The earliest homes here were built in 2000. Then we scooch up the road just a little bit until we get to Silverhawk Ridge, another large gated community with 153 homes ranging from 3,000 to 10,600 square feet. Silverhawk abuts the south end of El Caballero Country Club, and the first homes here were built in 1993. And then just a little farther up the road, we reach Mulholland Park, the largest gated community with 170 luxury homes ranging from 4,000 to 10,000 square feet. Tucked into the slopes near all these gated communities is my favorite neighborhood in Tarzana. This is the true hidden gem most people have never heard of because there's no entrance that has a sign explaining what it is. Of course, I'm talking about Deauville Estates. The Deauville tract was developed in 1963, and it's a neighborhood brimming with well-maintained mid-century ranch-style homes. As an architecture and history buff, when I come here, I feel like I'm driving through a living museum. The original marketing for the neighborhood claimed highly designed styles geared for the $40,000 to $50,000 buyer. And with just 10% down, you could be the proud owner of a mid-century modern gem with a lava rock facade and a covered porch. The 100-foot wide generous lots here meant having space for a backyard pool too, and many homes here have one. The developers even had the foresight to run the utilities underground, so no ugly power lines overhead. By the way, if you're looking for an insider's take on LA's best neighborhoods and what life here is really like, tap that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coming your way. Tarzana is great for people who like the outdoors and don't want to have to drive far to do it. Down in the flats, you've got the Tarzana Recreation Center, which includes sports fields, a gym, playgrounds, and picnic areas. Up the hills, Tarzana is ideal if you want to enjoy quiet mornings on a trail. There are a phenomenal number of hiking trailheads leading into a network throughout the Santa Monicas. About 2/3 of the way up Reseda Boulevard, you've got Caballero Canyon Trail with its hiking and mountain bike trails. It offers sweeping views of the valley and the mountains. This is a great trail in the spring for wildflowers, rosemary, and mint bushes too. At the terminus of Reseda Boulevard, you've got Marvin Road, Mulholland Gateway Park, and at the terminus of Van Alden Avenue is Van Alden Trailhead, which puts you within striking distance of Van Alden Vista and Van Alden Cave. On the west side of Tarzana is Corbin Canyon Wilderness Park. The park shares a border with next door Woodland Hills, and you can start at the top from the trailhead at Greenbrier Drive or at the trailhead at the bottom from Corbin Avenue. It's one long canyon, and it's known to be one of the quieter hikes in Tarzana. And I just mentioned nearby Woodland Hills, and I'm prepping a video about it too, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Tarzana is home to 2 private golf clubs. Braemar Country Club, founded in 1963, includes 3 courses for 27 holes of championship golf. The facilities are quite large, offering 26 tennis courts, junior Olympic pool, several dining options, and a 4,700 square foot fitness center. Known for not being stuffy, there are 3 membership tiers from full golf, limited golf, and a racket sports and fitness club membership. All levels include social events at the club. Just east of Braemar sits another private club with serious prestige, El Caballero Country Club, founded in 1957. Known simply as El Cab by its members, it's home to a championship 18-hole course designed by Robert Trent Jones Sr. The grounds are immaculate. El Cab offers a country club experience that blends tradition with top-tier amenities. In addition to golf, the club offers tennis and pickleball courts added in 2021. It has a large outdoor pool and a fitness center, and of course, dining and social events. You won't always have to leave Tarzana for routine errands, as most can be handled from the area's commercial core on Ventura Boulevard. The boulevard has plenty of shops, cafes, and casual eateries. You've probably heard that Tarzana is not exactly walkable, and that's true mostly, but it's improving. Ventura Boulevard has been adding more pedestrian-friendly zones, and bike paths have slowly been making their way across the flats. The neighborhood is served by the 101 freeway with entrances at Tampa, Reseda, and White Oak. Tarzana is convenient for getting to Woodland Hills, Calabasas, Agora Hills, or Thousand Oaks to the west, or Encino and Sherman Oaks to the east. You can reach the 405 in about 10 minutes, depending on traffic. For commuters, it's relatively easy to get across the valley or into West LA even, but it can go slow as there is heavy traffic during commute hours. Tarzana has some good schools that are part of LAUSD. Wilbur Charter for Enriched Academics is a public charter elementary, and Great Schools ranks at 9 out of 10. Nestle Avenue Charter School is a public elementary. Great Schools ranks 8 out of 10. Gaspar de Portola Middle School is a public charter. Its Great School scores 8 out of 10, and the Taft Charter High School is a public school. Great Schools ranks 8 out of 10. Tarzana has a wide range of property types and price points. I've seen condos as low as $350,000 and luxury homes as high as $17 million. Let's review what's on tap by location. So north of the boulevard, you'll find classic single-family homes on quiet tree-lined streets, and these tend to be more mid-range with prices that reflect a mix of lot size and square footage. The flats is where you'll find a lot of condos, which offer a more affordable entry point into the neighborhood and attract both first-time buyers and investors. Melody Acres is a wild card. It looks suburban at first glance, but this area is more semi-rural with large lots, with room for gardens and even a guest house. Values here are driven mostly by the land, and prices can dramatically vary depending on how the property is developed. And then south of the boulevard, you're entering estate territory. Homes here are tucked into the hills or behind gates, so you can expect more privacy and an upscale feel. These properties attract buyers who want luxury and long-term capital upside. If you're curious about today's home prices, whether you're looking for a condo or a multi-million-dollar estate, check the link to my website in the show notes below. You'll see everything currently for sale in Tarzana. A lot of folks who like the vibe of Tarzana also consider living in neighboring Encino, and I've got a deep dive on it too, so be sure to check out this video on Encino and all it has to offer. If you've already decided to live in LA, or maybe you're already living here and are thinking of selling a house and moving somewhere else, feel free to get in touch. My team and I would love to be your real estate resource. Just call, email, or text to get started. I'm Tony Mariotti. See you in the next video.